one of the best ways to increase muscle growth is by optimizing your workout split at the gym. Because do you remember when you first started training and it felt like every time you just touched a weight, you would gain so much muscle? It's kind of like that when you change and optimize your workout split. You're focusing on new muscle groups and you kind of get that same effect that you get when you first start out at the gym on those new muscle groups that you're focusing on. In fact, when I changed my split and optimized it for the muscle group specifically that I wanted to grow, it felt like I was getting newbie gains again in those certain muscle groups. So, playing with and manipulating your workout split to fit your objectives can be one of the most effective ways to go about enhancing muscle growth. Now, I could come on here and say you should do push-pull legs, or you should do the upper-lower split, or you should do the bro split. But there's a million of those videos out there. You can watch them if you want. The point of this video is to demonstrate that you can actually choose your own split that is tailored to your specific circumstances and goals. As I said, there's a lot of information out there that says push-pull legs is the best, or the bro split is the best. And when I saw that content, I initially felt constrained in what I could actually do in terms of my training split. So that's what I did. I started out with the push-pull leg split because that's just what was said to be online to be the most effective way to train. But what I didn't realize is that you don't actually have to stick to any of these training splits that are online. You can make your own. You don't have to stick to the push-pull legs and follow it to the dot if you don't want to. You could throw in an arm session, or even if you were feeling a bit funky, you could do a chest and quad session, for example. You could do whatever you want, and you shouldn't feel constrained by the most popular splits that are proffered on the internet. The thing is that when you choose some of these splits and stick to them for quite a long period of time, which you might have done yourself, is that some muscle groups are more emphasized than other muscle groups. And you might find that some of your muscles become overdeveloped compared to others, which are underdeveloped. And so you can just look at your physique and assess your strength on certain exercises and think to yourself, hey, maybe my chest is actually a bit underdeveloped, or maybe my shoulders are weaker than where they should really be. And when you start to think of the muscle groups that might be lagging in terms of size and strength, you can change and manipulate your workout split to best fit growing those particular muscles. So, for example, when I first started out training for the first 2 years, I stuck exclusively to the push-pull leg split. And it was a great split, don't get me wrong. It led to a lot of gains. But after a while, I started to notice that I had certain lagging body parts in terms of both strength and size, specifically my shoulders, triceps, and biceps. And the reason that was the case is because shoulders are always placed after chest in the push workout, and triceps and biceps are what you do at the end of the push and pull workouts, respectively. So it meant that once I got to training those muscle groups, they were already so fatigued from the previous work on chest and back that I'd already done. And that meant I wasn't maximizing the amount of muscle I was growing in those particular muscle groups because of the fatigue that had already built up. And it meant I couldn't perform optimally when doing exercises for my shoulders and arms. So one day I realized, hang on, I don't actually have to stick rigidly to the push-pull leg split. And what I did was I implemented a specific shoulders and arms day. And what that did for me was I was able to train my shoulders and my arms in a fresh, non-fatigued state. And so I saw some of the best gains ever in my shoulders and arms from doing that. It again felt like I was getting newbie gains in my shoulders and arms because I'd changed the way I was training. And so you can manipulate your split to however you want to optimize for the muscle groups you're trying to target the most. And in your case, it might be that your back is a particular lagging muscle and you're on the push-pull leg split. In that case, you could literally just put in an extra day for back and your split might be push, pull, legs, back. And that way you're hitting back 3 times every week or so, and you're really optimizing gains for that particular muscle group. Not only is that concept limited to the split itself, but it can also be incorporated onto specific days of the split. So what I mean by that is, let's say you really wanted to bring up your chest and you were on the push-pull leg split. As opposed to putting in an extra specific day for chest, you could retain the push-pull leg split, but on your push days, instead of doing, say, 3 chest exercises, 2 shoulder exercises, and 2 tricep exercises, you could do more exercises for chest and then cut back on the shoulder and tricep exercises you're doing within that particular session. And that way you're optimizing more for chest growth as opposed to those other areas. And that way you're going to bring up your chest more if that is a lagging body part. So you can choose your own split and make up your own split to best fit the muscle groups that you want to maximize muscle growth in. Another thing is that you should choose a split that you actually like and enjoy doing. If you really struggle to be consistent in the gym, that's something that you should definitely consider. Because if you like your split more, you're more likely to actually train. So for example, if you really like to train arms and hate training legs, then why not just put in a specific arm day and take out a legs day? So your split might be push-pull legs, push-pull arm. And if that's what's going to get you into the gym, then so be it. It's better to do something rather than nothing. Also, if you're sick of a particular split and you really like novelty and doing new things every session, you might want to try something like a push-pull legs combined with the Arnold split. So that would be push-pull legs and then a particular session for chest and back, particular session for shoulders and arms, and another session for legs. So that way you're pretty much doing something new and doing a new workout every day of your split. And if that's going to keep you in the gym, then so be it, stick to that. The other thing with all the popular splits that you see online in YouTube videos and on websites is that they all seem to be constrained by the idea that they have to fit within a week period. So for example, push-pull leg splits are always, you do push on Monday and Thursday, pull on Tuesday and Friday, and legs on Wednesday and Saturday. And then you rest on Sunday and repeat that every week. But specific training sessions don't really need to fall on specific days during the week. Like Monday doesn't have to be chest day every week. You can remember what the previous day, what it was that you worked out, and then just do the next day in the split that's programmed on whatever day it falls on. So if the most optimized split for you doesn't neatly fall within a 7-day time period, don't feel like that's a bad thing. There's no real rationale for 1 week, so don't feel constrained by it when designing your split. The beauty of not locking yourself into a 7-day time period when choosing what split to go with is that it opens it up to a myriad of possibilities in having the most optimal split. For example, I do a PPL and SHARMs, or shoulders and arms, in one session. So it's technically a 4-day split. And I do it in an 8-day on, 1 day off type design. And that doesn't neatly fall within 7-day periods. So it means that on Monday, I could be training anything. But the best part about it is that I train chest, back, and legs twice every 8 days. And I can train my shoulders, triceps, and biceps 3 times every 8 days. And for that reason, it's led to my shoulders and arms blowing up, I think, compared to if I was only able to hit shoulders and arms twice every week. So don't feel constrained by the week period, because it might hamper your ability to design your split to best optimize what you're training for muscle growth. So hopefully that has given you a bit of a fresh insight into what the best and most optimal split for you and your specific circumstances are. You don't have to feel constrained by the information and splits that are online. You can design your split yourself to best suit your needs. So hopefully that's been a bit more beneficial than me coming on here and saying you should do PPL or you should do upper lower, because it's all out there. If you want to look at it, look at it by all means, but hopefully I just provided some fresh perspective on the topic. As always, if you enjoyed this video or learnt anything from it, please consider subscribing because we are getting to 4,000 subscribers soon. And please leave a like, leave a comment if you want to. Let me know what your thoughts are on training splits and potentially what your split is if your split is particularly unique to your specific circumstances. I'd be especially keen to hear what your split is, if that's the case. And I read every comment and reply to everything, so let me know. That's all from me, and I'll see you in the next one.